Hi, this is Steve Ostrom.
And I'm Heather Ostrom.
And today we're tackling a tough subject. It's called Mello Roos. And it's in California only. And what it is, it's just an additional tax to real estate property. But in 1978, we had what they call Prop 13 in California. And this is just California, but it made a proposition that homes couldn't go up in value as far as their tax base more than 2% per year. So if somebody got in the low part, they were basically paying taxes on that amount the whole time. And so they got worried about schools not having enough money.
And parks and all the stuff, and the amenities that might come in the next, what is it, like between 7 to 15 years?
Yeah. Infrastructure.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, infrastructure.
Yeah.
And so in 1982, so this is a long time ago, Henry Mello and Mike Roos are the two senators, California state senators, came up with this way to tax certain areas more for the infrastructure.
And so if you're from Southern California, you might be already familiar with this, but we do have this up here in Placer County in certain areas. It's not everywhere, it's something you need to be aware of because it does, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, as far as like loans and items like that, as far as, and also to your monthly budget, it's items you need to consider.
Oh, without a doubt.
But there's something to be said that a lot of people say that there's a lot of pluses and minuses to both the areas, so it's important for you to consider all the variables of what maybe this area does matter for you and you won't care about the Mello Roos, but sometimes people specifically target not to have Mello Roos.
Yeah. And Heather did one of the greatest blogs I've ever seen on how to look it up on the Placer County website. But I'm going to go crazy and I'm going to try to explain to you how Mello Roos works because people ask me all the time. So basically,
it's one of the top questions.
Yeah. I'm going to use Lincoln as an example. So Lincoln had to do infrastructure.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, to build here, you need to pay so much. Well, Del Webb, was a big builder, and he built out in Lincoln Hills, his retirement community, paid all the bonds off. But then Lincoln Crossing across the street, which isn't that far in difference in age, they put it on the backs of the future homeowners.
Yeah.
Sometimes up to $3,000 a year.
Yeah.
But the thing that stinks out there is sometimes you could pay it off early or you could pay it off late, and so there's no rhyme or reason for which ones have Mello Roos and which ones don't have Mello Roos.
And all the more important reason for you to do further research and not discount an area, so you might want to do investigation before you say no to an area.
And one thing great about Placer County is you can call Placer County and we can see on the old tax bill how much it is per year, but we don't know the term of it. Like sometimes I think that, Mello Roos we started seeing after 2000s where it got really prevalent. Yeah. But they might have had it in the 80s that they only lasted 10 years that it's not on there anymore.
You're going to see that age cap. What is it, between 7 to 15? It's never less than 7 years, is that right?
It depends. It's so rhyme. Sometimes it's 30 years, sometimes it's 10 years. It's all over the board. Because each area is different, and then in each community, it could be different from one house to the other.
All the more reason to keep your searches light and open because you just don't know. Yeah,
we sold one cash in Lincoln Crossing that had no Mello Roos. They love it there. They absolutely are happy as can be, and they don't have that extra tax. But the people before them had paid it off when they bought the house.
Gotcha.
So
that's fascinating.
Prices. It really does. It is.
So it's not a cookie cutter absolute for an area.
Yeah,
that's interesting stuff.
Yeah, and it's usually we don't talk about taxes, but it's
and also too, that's something we are going to direct you to verify with the county. Because we can't legally get involved with the tax-related items.
Yep, and usually it's on the National Hazard Disclosure, but it's always better to call directly.
Yeah, and just verify on your own so you hear it right from the mouth.
Yep, well, hey, I think that went okay for talking about taxes.
I think so
too. Next week, I'm going to go crazy and talk about Prop 60 and Prop 62, which is really confusing, but it's important for people to know.
It's good for me to learn too. Yeah. The marketing girl gets to learn all this stuff.
Exactly. Anyways, our website's rosevillandrocklin.com, and I am Steve Ostrom with Coldwell Banker.
And I'm Heather Ostrom.
And to call me, 916-308-2446.
Or you can go visit our website at Roseville and Rocklin.com.
Thank you very much.